So everyone, I have actually reached 2 million rolls, and I might have gotten a little bit over 2 million rolls, but I'm gonna show you my inventory. So firstly, what we have is common. Everyone uses this aura. So next one, we have natural. Natural is one of the basics, but it's a 1 in 8, and I know why I keep this aura in my storage. Anyway, next. Now, rare is a pretty cool aura. You can't doubt that for a 1 in 16, there's no effects, but it's still kind of cool. So, up next, we have Divinus. Divinus is pretty cool, without even the Divinus Love skin. And a lot of people keep this since they don't have Divinus Love. So, next aura! Up next is Crystallized. I still don't know why I have these in my inventory. Next, now you can't tell me that Forbidden is one of the coolest auras in the game. For a 1 in 404, you get this. Isn't that just beautiful? That's just a chef's kiss. Next, I have Glock here. And Glock is one of the pretty cool auras. People would put it in S or S+. It's because you have a gun and you're holding it in your hand. Like Botcha Blocks, Noodle Blocks, Fate Unchanged, and a lot of other Souls Hunger YouTubers use that, like Frieza and other things. Anyway, next is Starlighter. I don't know why I put this here, but since it's kind of cool, I accept it. Next, up next is Exotic. It's not that pretty cool. Wait. Okay, so Exotic is not that cool. It's just used for crafting and stuff. Anyway, next. Now, Diaboli Void is a mutation of Diaboli, which looks super cool. And for a 1 in 100,000, it's cool. Next. So now that we're in the 100,000 section, I feel like Undead Devil should be here. Undead Devil is a pretty good touch for new basic starters. And it used to be 100,000 rarity, but it was more rare later. Anyway, next aura. Up next, we have Comet. So I might just show a picture of what the description says of the aura. But it actually says that whenever you say something, and with this aura, it comes true. I wish for Exotic Apex. No way! Oh my god, it worked! There's no way! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! So, we will try that out later. Anyway, next! Up next is Jade. Jade is pretty cool. Jade is 125,000 aura. And it doesn't look that much cool to me. Anyway, next. Up next is Bounded. Yes guys, I know it's pretty cool, but a lot of people get it from heavily partial 1s or 2s, so people don't really like it. Anyway, next aura. Up next is Celestial. Celestial is used for many heavily partial craftings, and you wanna know how much I have? I have like 9 of those. Anyway, next aura. This one is up next, we have Arcade. This is the first ever aura you will get with a special ability. Here's what it does. When you press this button or press X on your computer, it teleports you to somewhere. So, it's a pretty cool aura. But with the rare, up next is Undefined. I don't really have to say anything about this. It's mid. Next. Up next is Astral. I just love how. Up next is Unbound. So Unbound is one of the auras where you could quest done with this aura. Next aura is Gravity. Up next is Virgil. Virgil got a really cool reload. It used to look like this. Up next we have Aquatic Flame. So Aquatic Flame is one of the higher states where you have a mutation in you. So this mutation used to be a pretty bad mutation. But since now it got the rework, I feel like it looks pretty good. Next aura. Up next we have Poseidon. Up next is Zeus. So this is the second aura where you get your second ever ability. So the ability does this. Just like we see in Zeus movies, that's how they predicted it. Here we have Lunar Full Moon. It used to be a pretty mid aura, but since it got the rework now, I actually love it. It looks so cool watching the moon like this. And So now we have Solar Solstice. Solar Solstice is one of the cooler ones where you get a mutation as well. But this mutation does absolutely nothing. Up next is Galaxy. So up next we have Hades. Hades was not that cool, but now that I consider it, it's pretty cool to me. Next aura. Up next is one of the newer auras, the newer generation, Celestial Divine. Celestial Divine is a pretty cool aura with pretty cool music, but I honestly think it's kind of mid. It's because of there's no ability for you to use it on Avalanche. Anyway, next aura, Ultimate. Up next is Hypervolt. Hypervolt is a really cool aura because you have these small orbs which follow the really tiny orbs, and then it circles around and orbits around. And you have this cool thing at your back. Next aura, please. Now we are moving on to the 10 millions. In this one, we have Starscream. Up next is Sailor. Sailor used to be a pretty mid aura with 3 million, but since that I consider it and I have it, it's a 12 million and it's really cool. Just look at the animation. Next aura. Up next is this Chromatic. This Chromatic is really awesome. I just love how you can use this. Just look at the orbs dancing around as music. Next aura. Now we have Arcane. Do I really need to explain this? This is Exotic Apex, one of the coolest auras in the game. And consider me, you can't even get it while using the Heavenly Potion. So I got it overnight. Pretty cool, right? Next aura. We have moved on to Matrix, which had one of the best glow-ups. And it had the perfect and perfectest rework. Nice. So we can consider this as a success. But they're gonna be adding Matrix Overdrive in Era 9. Next one. Now we have 12. And the last one is Chromatic Genesis. You guys saw me in that one short rolling it, and you guys saw the tricky split, or more like the transfer. This aura has to be one of the coolest auras ever, and one of the coolest mutations, because the ability and the music is pretty amazing. We don't even have any cool more. So that was all my storage. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.